After I got here, I ordered some spaghetti with marinara sauce, and I got egg noodles and ketchup.
It is the final day of September and the penultimate game of the 2023 season. The Yankees were in Kansas City for Game 2 between the Yanks and the Royals. Clark Schmidt was on the mound. Frankie Montas back on the roster. My recap, your reactions coming up next. This is NYY Recaps.
Welcome to Yankee Stadium.
Just when they thought I was out,
Hey, pull me back, kid.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back. With his win tonight, I think some congratulations are in order for Frankie Montas. How about an undefeated season? First appearance, and he gets the win. How about that? Hey, in case you missed the game last night or turned it off after it was 8-0 with nobody out, you may have missed the fact that Carlos Rodon had pledged to donate $10,000 to a local animal shelter for every out that he recorded. So there's no word yet on how many puppies and kittens had to be put down this morning because he didn't get any outs. Poor guy. He also turned his back on Matt Blake. When he came out to talk to him on the mound, it looked like he said, "What the F do you want?" And then he turned around and turned his back. It was kind of a story on social media today. Some people said it's a non-story. I thought it had some legs. Look, disrespectful for sure, but obviously frustrated, the end of a very frustrating season. He didn't want to have to sit on that kind of a performance all winter. He wanted to, go out strong and have good thoughts going into the, winter months and then train and come back and have a great year. And now he's going to be a huge question mark all year because that's the last thing people saw. He has a higher ERA in his first season with the Yankees than Ki Agawa. Oh, Izzy says source was New York porch. So did I get porched? Was it not really a, well, did he not really say he was going to donate to the animal shelter? Oh man, I hope I didn't get porched, but I may have. Either way, it's still a funny joke. Come on. So, yeah, Rodon, higher ERA than Kei Agawa in his first season. Unbelievable. Not sure if he's injured or not. His velocity was down. That was the most concerning thing to me. I'm sure we'll have a firm diagnosis about 3 days before the season's set to begin next year.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
So, Royals jumped out to an early 2-0 lead tonight. Salvi Perez took Clark Schmidt deep. But Yankees came storming right back. Oswaldo Cabrera got the Yankees on the board with a line drive RBI single, and then they tied it up on a base hit by Everson Pereira to make it 2-2. Pereira is somebody that I want to go deep tomorrow. Look, when you're a rookie and you get called up, you want to get that first home run out of the way, right? You don't want to hit 160 or 180 for them. Right now, he's hitting 195. No, wait, what's he hitting? 156 for the month. It's Peraza that's hitting 195. He's hitting 156 for the month. So he's going to hit under 200 unless he goes like 12 for 12 tomorrow. But you want to hit that first jack. You don't want to sit on that all winter because you don't know if you'll ever be back. And you want to get a chance to go deep in the big leagues. Clark Schmidt had another okay night, but another short night. 4 innings, 8 hits, 2 runs, no walks, 3 strikeouts. You like the command, obviously, but a lot of hits. Hitting a lot of bats. Yankees got 12 hits. Royals got 11 hits. A lot of the offense was early in the game for the Royals. And look, when the analytics people talk about Clark Schmidt, they'll tell you all about his stuff plus and how it's off the charts and his spin rates and all that. But at the end of the day, he was 9-9 this year with a 4.64 ERA. So, I mean, essentially he was an average pitcher. Not bad for a number 5 guy. And his numbers are actually respectable given his bad start. But at the end of the day, you are what your numbers say you are. And he was 9-9 with a 4.64 ERA, which is not great. He needs to go deeper into games next year, first of all. I think that his ERA overall will be better next year because he got off to such a bad start. But he needs to get into some 7th innings next year effectively. Yankees activated Frankie Montas before the game. He made his 2023 debut in the bottom of the 5th. I thought his stuff looked pretty good. He showed off that great splitter that he used to have. He threw strikes. I thought he was throwing more free and easy than at any time with the Yankees last year. His arm looked healthy for the first time since we've seen him. And he went 1 1/3 innings, no runs, and he has picked up his first win of the year. I've got a quote symbol when I meant to just put a little 23-year symbol. There we go. Let me fix that. Oh, it's not working. I think it's something wrong with the font. But, all right, so Volpe bunted for a hit late in the game. I thought that was good. Yankees got the lead on hits from Florial and Gleyber Torres. That made it 5-2. Volpe, as I mentioned, just bunted for a hit in the 9th inning. That's something I want to see more from him next year. If he attempts to bunt for a hit, let's say a few times a week, you can't tell me he's not going to pick up, at least a dozen more hits. And not only that, he'll bring the defense in because they'll start prepping for it. So that'll get him some of those hard shots that he hits at third base. Those will get through because the third baseman's going to be playing in to protect against the bunt if he starts doing it more often. So there's more ways to use your speed than just stealing bases or just on the bases. Put pressure on defense. Lay down more bunts. Absolutely something he should do more. Yankees hang on to win, and they clinch a winning season.
Ball game over. Yankees win.
31 straight winning seasons. Izzy says, bring back Montas on a prove-it deal. We haven't really seen the true Frankie Montas. I will concede that we haven't seen the true Frankie Montas because he admitted that his shoulder was hurt when Brian Cashman traded for him. And the fact that he needed surgery tells you he was, nowhere near 100%. Look, at the right price, I would absolutely do it. But I'm not giving him a multi-year deal, and I'm not going more than $6 or $8 million. If you want to pay him what you paid IKF and let him be your number 5 starter in place of Clark Schmidt going into the season next year, I'm all for it. All for it. Tana Tao says, I need Volpe next year to bat at least 240. I'm going to go ahead and agree with you there.
Bing.
Yeah, we need more from Volpe. He had an okay year. Defensively, I thought he was better than I expected. The arm was always going to be the issue, but I think he makes up for that with a quick release. He's good around the bag. He's very heads up. We've seen him nail a couple of guys at third base this year on grounders. The same play that the Yankees get thrown out on all the time. Guy on second, ground ball to shortstop. You take off for third, and he's nailed the runner a couple of times this year. We've seen him make some nice diving stabs. He made one late in the game today, but couldn't get the out at second base. It was kind of a high flip. I think he had some trouble earlier in the year with the AstroTurf. He wasn't prepared for those major league exit velocities on AstroTurf. I still think Peraza, from what I've seen, is a far superior defender. He's definitely got a better arm. I mean, there's no question about that. But, he could play third base. He could play second base. So you have some options. Maybe this audit will allow the Yankees or give the Yankees an excuse to say, hey, look, we're going to reset things. We're going to go with Volpe at second next year and Peraza at short. And we're going to DH Gleyber Torres, where he probably hit 320 if he didn't have to worry about his fielding. Giancarlo, sorry, bench or DFA. Let's see what we got here. Prime Ghost thinks we should get Josh Hader. So the thing about Josh Hader is he's had some up and down years, and he's going to be an expensive closer at this point in his career. The Yankees, if little else, are very good at finding relief pitchers. Ian Hamilton, through a couple of innings tonight. What did he do? 2 innings, 1 hit, no runs, 1 strikeout. He's got a 2.64 ERA. Came from out of nowhere. Clay Holmes. Got him for somebody who's not even playing in the major leagues right now. 2.86 ERA. I mean, he has 2.86 ERA. That's not bad. I don't trust him in big spots, which is important for a closer. But as a setup, man, I think you could really reverse those 2 guys. Have Clay Holmes set up for Ian Hamilton next year. I would be fine with that. I would rather use the money on the offense than on the closer, because you can find a closer. All you need is somebody with 2 great pitches that, is a failed starter. And a lot of times that translates into a very good reliever. Somebody who we should give some thought to is Luis Gil. If he doesn't make the rotation next year, and he's coming back from Tommy John surgery, he had a 100-mile-an-hour fastball with life. And I think he started his career off in the major leagues with like 16 straight scoreless innings or something as a starter. He might be a valuable starter, but if you transition him to the bullpen right away and just say, dial it up to 100 and throw that nasty slider, or, get Matt Blake to work with him on his changeup, he could be an outstanding closer. Sam G says, this team has so many holes, man. Well, we got a lot to do this winter, that is for sure. All right, I'm going to read the quick Game Time ad. NYY Recaps is sponsored by Game Time, the fastest growing ticket app in the world. Download the Game Time app to your phone or other smart device, or visit gametime.co to get last-minute tickets to all your favorite types of events, baseball and other sports, concerts, theater, comedy, you name it, you can find it on Game Time. Getting tickets to your events should not be stressful. Use the code NYY Recaps for $20 off your first purchase. Game Time, lowest price on last-minute tickets, guaranteed. Dr. Hitskin says, failed starter, 2-pitch pitcher, Rodon as a closer. That's an interesting idea. However, typically you don't want your closer to go 0 innings and allow 8 runs. I mean, just not ideal for your closer. Wompag Doodle says he saw Heel in Double-A, lights out. Look, you guys know how big a fan I am of The Martian. Before The Martian, I was a huge fan of Luis Gil. I was the guy who coined the nickname Luis the Real Deal Gil. Luis the Real Deal Gil. And he's going to be back next year. And he's going to be healthy because he's had a long time to recover. So I really think that he could be a valuable asset either in the rotation or the bullpen. Yankees have some guys coming back. We got Scott Efros coming back. I think he would be a very valuable middle relief guy. I'd imagine you'll bring, Weissert and Hamilton back. Loaizaga, I don't know. I mean, he's been injured a lot. He might be somebody the Yankees trade or just non-tender. I don't know. I mean, he's got a great arm. Somebody's going to take a chance on him. But to me, I think you got to focus on guys who are a little bit more reliable. So, David Lawrence says maybe Rodon is a middle reliever. I don't think middle relief is the right spot for him. I honestly think he's going to be a decent pitcher next year. I mean, I'm worried about the velocity being down. Michael Kay brought it up tonight. A couple starts ago, he was throwing 100. And then the last 2, it was 94, 93. You wonder if the back is acting up. I don't know. They got to figure it out, and you don't want to speculate on medical stuff, but typically lost velocity is a sign of an injury of some kind. So you wonder if he's trying to pitch through some back discomfort or some other kind of discomfort. He looked bad in his post-game interview yesterday. He just looked defeated. And I just feel for the guy because I know he didn't expect this to be, how his season would go. Forget the money. I mean, he was already a very rich man. I mean, now it's just like generational wealth, right? I mean, he was making $10+ million the last couple of years. So he was already doing fine. And now he's pitching for his reputation, for his, longevity. He's pitching for himself, basically. And, he doesn't want to have, this kind of awful start to his Yankees career and get on the wrong side of fans. I think he's going to put in the work this winter. I think he's going to come back next year in the best shape of his life, healthy, ready to go. And I think he's going to make a statement. We'll see. David Lawrence says, if the Yankees never screwed with Peraza's swing, his average would be much higher. I agree. Over the last, several weeks, he's hitting about, 280. I think Peraza is going to be a big part of the Yankees going forward. I don't know if he's going to start every day, but he's going to be a guy who, because of his glove, because of his arm, we've seen some of the power, they're going to want to take a chance with him. The only way that he's not a part of the team is if somebody wants him as their shortstop and is willing to give the Yankees, a nice piece back in a trade. Like if Soto, right? If the Padres are saying, we want, we're trading Soto, we need a shortstop. And I don't even know who the Padres shortstop is, but I know they traded their top shortstop prospect to get Soto. Padres shortstop. Let me just double check. Xander Bogaerts. They signed, so they don't. But, how long can he play shortstop? They also have Yugi Rosario. Looks like he plays some third base, too. So, maybe they will need a shortstop eventually. So, I don't know. We'll see. Well, we won the last Saturday night game of the year, Shane McNeil says. I'm planning on coming back and doing a watch party tomorrow, but I'm only going to do the last 3 innings. We're going to count down the last 3 innings of the season and kind of bid adios. It's just going to be kind of like, I'm not even really going to do play-by-play. It's just going to be like, let's just chat about the season over the final, several minutes or whatever while we watch the end of the year. Having some issues with my highlights here. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed the final or the second to last game of the year and the final post-game recap of the year. I'll be back tomorrow. There's all sorts of fun videos that have just come out if you haven't watched them. 5 Yankees that probably won't be back next year. 5 managerial options if Boone gets let go. We got the postmortem out, all that good stuff. 7 free agent targets. So check all those out, and I will see you next time.
Ball game over.
Most impressive.